Hey, it's Rob.
And Allie.
And this is Camp
H54.
And the air conditioning's on. Yeah, whatever.
That's fine.
I give up.
It's good. It's all good.
I had it nice and cool, and then I waited. So, kids. Hey, last night was awesome. It had nothing to do with a trip or anything, but yeah, our kid has decided to have a stomach ache, and we were up at 12:30. We were up at 2. We were up at 3.
And then I got a call for work at
4,
5.
and then she got a call at 5. So I gave up and got up and went out and set up this, and then waited for a couple hours for Allie to come out and join me.
I have 2 cups of coffee. There's another one back there.
I have a cold cup of coffee. So anyways, we are wearing our Chicago shirts. It's kind of funny. Now, I got this last trip when we went together from the Field Museum. She got this trip. And so we're going to be talking all about the Chicago trip. I'm going to be looking down the screen occasionally because I need to put up things to talk about. Had a fun?
We had a blast. We went to Chicago. I think we've talked about this before, just for like our honeymoon for the year. Every time we try to do a trip for us, a big one. And I had never been to Chicago. His sister used to work in Chicago. He had been. In fact, when we first kind of started hanging out, he was in Chicago, and he sent me all these incredible. He has
I took
great shots.
a virtual tour of Chicago as I was going through it,
and it was really cool. And then so I was like, "Dang, I want to see that in person." And so we did it. And we're the whole time, we're sitting there. This doesn't happen in Vegas. This happened in Chicago, though. We're like, "Man, we wish we had the kids here." Gosh, these kids would love this. And oh my gosh, that's free. Or oh my gosh, we could. That's that. I mean, it was just so many. So we said, you know what? We'll turn around and we'll take them.
And, from what we've heard, Chicago is a great place to visit. Maybe not so much live there. And we experienced some of that. We'll talk about that in a minute when we get to some of the trips in and out of the city. Anyway, we were on our way. If you listen to the podcast, so Camp H54 is now up on everywhere you get podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all of that. Go check that out. We're going to go through just audio versions of our trip there and our trip back. And we said we were going to do the live here. I'll take this audio and I'll throw it up on the podcast as well. But anyways, we arrived a day earlier. We actually changed our arrival time to arrive on July 2nd instead of the 3rd, because we wanted to do something in the 3rd, and I didn't want to get there, try to set up, and jump out. So July 2nd, we arrived. That was our first day.
And that was a smart decision, by the way.
Yeah, you like that?
Well, it was a smart decision because, that it was neat to have the time to get ready was good. I'm remote, so we have Starlink, so I have service the whole time, and I work while he drives.
Yeah. So we drove into there, we set up, we got all set up and everything, and learned the lay of the land. We went and took a shower and learned that we didn't like the showers that were closest to us. The next day or so, we checked out the other showers. But anyways, but got all set up for the next day. July 3rd, we woke up, just sort of hung out, right?
Yeah. We went to the pool with the kids. They kind of got, again, I think I did laundry.
You did? Yeah, you did. I think you did do laundry.
And we needed quarters this time. I really like the ones where you just use your phone, the app ones. Yeah. Those are really cool.
Yeah,
but we needed quarters, and they had quarters, which was fantastic.
So I'm going to pull up photos as we go along. So we're going to talk about, July 3rd, the reason we moved it up a day early is so that we could go to Drum and Bugle Corps. And Allie had never been.
No.
Right?
Kids had never been.
And it was super cool. I'm gonna show some of this stuff here. So I got to go full screen. Sorry. Let me talk through this. You can talk while I'm doing this.
Well, he's engineering. So is that the one you're going to actually show the video?
Enter full screen.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. So
I'll show and I'll zip through some photos. Yes, we're going to show
hear
it up
it and everything?
They won't. I don't know if they'll hear it.
Well, anyways, this is a video of the Drum and Bugle Corps leadership from the different agencies, the drummers.
Yeah.
They work with kids, and it's not just special needs hearers, but there was a lot, and they allow all the kids to come up and just bang on the drum. And it was just so, I love this stuff. It was so cool to see, and they were having a blast, and I love that stuff. So already I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah, cool.
And we got in there.
And then we were just hanging out in the stands. That's us. Our kids got
what are those called?
Those are
They start with a C.
Not oxalati.
No, what the heck are these
wombats or something? A capybara.
Capybara.
Thank you.
Capybara.
Wow, capybara. Anyways, that's us hanging out in the stadium. And we got to see Drum and Bugle Corps show, which, you know, like my wife basically said, we're going to go watch a bunch of halftimes to my kids. Was it a bunch of halftimes?
Yeah, but it was better than
way better.
it was better halftimes. I mean, if they did this for like the Super Bowl or something, that would
This
be
is
really
what they
cool.
should do for the Super Bowl, in my
allow the
opinion.
kids. I mean, it was actually, and it went, Rob says it went from beginners to advanced. Like
Yes.
you could see as it progressed along and the stuff they did. And I really liked we talked after about all the little things we liked. I liked the trombone group that got together because
Yep.
Rob played the trombone.
Yep.
I liked the costumes, some of the costumes.
And that's the Phantom Regiment, this was their home stadium in Rockford, Illinois. So basically we drove an hour to Rockford.
Yes, we drove.
We had dinner there. We got there a little early. We got their dinner. We camped out. We figured out where we were going to be. And actually the walk in and out, the parking was, they did that really well.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. And
No.
the weather wasn't bad.
You know, the weather
it was awesome. Yeah.
So that was our experience there. Now there's no video of this. They asked you not to take video or audio recordings, and then they did an alumni with the Corps and played a cool thing at the very end. That was that.
Rob was very excited, and the kids. I mean, it was loud, and he made sure he used to compete in these when he was a kid, and so we knew where to sit. And there's rules, like you can't go to the restroom while they're playing. You have to do it during the breaks while they're setting up.
Right.
So it was running back and forth. Get lots of water if you ever go to these, and bring it, because if there's an intermission between it, and the line is intense to get water. So we're like, luckily Rob had some extra bottles of water.
Yeah.
So we were good.
Yeah, we figured that out. Henry had to go once, and then he realized, wow, I don't want to do that again, because we had to stand down next to the fence and watch one of the corps. And luckily it was one of the beginner ones. So the coolest part of this was, if you've ever gone to DCI, it's intense. I mean, it is in your face. Even though you're sitting way up in the stands, you feel like you're in the music. My kid at one point, Cavaliers did a push forward with a horn line, and he goes, "Daddy, I felt that." And you do.
Yeah, Rob was very excited. Well, and that was, it brought back, his younger years.
Memories of doing drum and bugle corps and marching band and all of that. So,
yeah.
Okay, so went home, went to bed. We got up the next morning, and it was July 4th of July.
Yes.
It was rainy.
Yeah.
And we were going to hang out our plan was hang out at the camp on July 4th and just not go anywhere, watch fireworks if they happen to be there, whatever. And it was rainy, and I'm like, wow, if it's going to be a rainy day, I don't want to be here all day.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to one of the museums, because we can go to one of the museums, be inside down in Chicago, July 4th. We'll get in and out. We got time. Let's do it. So we headed into town. As we headed into town, it started to clear up, actually. So it was still a little rainy-ish, but it wasn't too bad. And we went to the aquarium, which is the Shed Aquarium. So,
which was we actually did that when we were in Chicago.
We did not go to the Shed Aquarium.
Which one did we? Oh no, that was the zoo. That was the zoo.
But we did not go to the Shed Aquarium.
Because they have the.
So it was the first time for us. So they had sharks. They had what do you want to show here? Because we had so much stuff.
Well, you can go up to the top. I think there's fishies. I mean, there.
So this one or
go up.
So I'm gonna find a photo for her to tell me to share. Well, or just let me zoom through these.
You can zoom through them. Okay. I mean, I think it go to the? I mean, they're.
Do you want to do the drive-in at all?
No. We did drive into Chicago. Yeah. We have a couple of those.
No, we did birthday. We'll just show these.
Yeah.
So over here to share.
The kids love penguins. Rob's favorite two animals are penguins and red panda. Red panda kind of wins.
Yeah, I love red pandas.
So yeah, he looked into. Can I get a red panda? No, you can't.
You can't buy them.
No.
They're not allowed. Oh, that was Chicago. That was going into town, and that was us singing birthdays on a show. A little bit of the drive-in. There was the Goodyear blimp is right there. You can see it up in the upper area.
And I was the picture taker, so please do not.
Yep, that's us driving in. That's a Goodyear blimp.
That's my.
With the.
I'm not a professional. I am a mom.
So we'll zip into here. We did the birthday to a relative.
Yeah.
There's some penguins. Kids watching the penguins.
Having so much fun.
Having so much
fun. Look at the smile on her face. You can see. Fun. They just love penguins. So sorry, it's a lot of penguins because it's a lot of look at me.
Trying to get kids to look
smile.
at a camera is sometimes fun, and then it's dark, and then of course there's people shoving in to see, and they were getting ready to feed the penguins, which was kind of cool.
Yeah, I got them swimming, but that's okay. They're just so cute. And then the manatees.
That's a beluga whale.
I think. Oh, beluga whales. Sorry, I suck at this.
They did not. I don't think they had manatees.
I swear I was there.
Beluga whale. You've probably seen that beluga whale coming up the same aquarium that the beluga whale comes up behind the kid and does the face to it. This is the same exact aquarium. There's the octopus.
Yeah, it was huge.
And then some fish.
Yeah.
There's Henry by a shark.
They had so many things to see. It was a fantastic day to go there on the 4th. It wasn't too busy. It wasn't too busy at all. You can see we have our shirts made, our Chicago shirts, all that fun jazz. Great aquarium. Parking wasn't bad at all.
No.
We searched for parking always.
Yeah, we actually parked. Now we found out when we got there. So last time we went to Chicago, there was the Chicago Marathon that was going on downtown.
We couldn't even go underneath and do any.
So this time we go down there and they're like, July 5th and 6th will be parking issues because of the NASCAR in the streets race. Yeah, they decided to close down a whole bunch of streets, and of course, right around the museums. For the NASCAR race. Yeah. Anyway.
So we couldn't get through
right.
to that. So it was we thought that through the whole trip that I'm like, oh, this is probably why the traffic's so bad. No. It had nothing to do with the traffic.
No, it didn't have anything to do with the traffic.
We blamed it for a while and then we realized the traffic there is so bad. But we also went and did the bean. Like we did a lot of checking off, making sure that we got things done that day. So, and everybody knows the famous bean. I don't know why it's there.
It's the Millennial Park. It was for the Millennial, and it's actually called the Cloud. It looks like a big bean, so everybody ended up calling it the bean. So it's actually the Cloud. The Millennial Cloud is what it's called. It's because it shows off Chicago from a different perspective.
Kind of looks like the Flight of the Navigator.
A little bit. It does. It does look like a spaceship. Yes, it does. So we did
back, throwback, right there.
Yep. So we did that. And then we did. It was just that was a cool day. We did the bean.
Oh, underneath the bean's kind of cool.
And then we did a shot underneath the bean.
Yeah, if you go in, like before, Rob and I didn't go underneath the bean when we were there. We just went to the front because there's a lot of influencers out there.
Yeah, they were all doing their influencing shots. So we took this shot of us under the bean.
Yeah, you probably can't find us. And this could go into a Where's Waldo book, but it's Where's the Hefners. So but we're in there.
Right there.
Yeah, we're
there.
Yes, we're in there.
We're in there.
So it's just really neat. The kids liked it. They had fun. It was kind of because we had to stand in line to get into the area.
We had to stand in line to get into Millennial Park because they had a free concert. It was July 4th. So they had a free concert that night. Went by the little they have a waterfall thing there. Walked around the street.
Disturbing,
the creepy water thing that has a face on it. So I'll show you the face.
But then what's disturbing is that they have all the water kind of rushing down and the kids are playing with it. It was awesome. And I don't think we got this, but what ends up happening is they open their mouth.
So the mouth opens and water spits out of it. And
it's like a, it's like a 10
and this face is moving. It's a video. So the face is like moving and stuff. And
they're all different faces, which is cool. And no, it's just when you see their mouth go, oh, and then the water comes out.
Then the water comes out. It's like, gross. Okay. So then that night we decided we would go to the what's the name of this one?
Geno's East.
So Allie found Geno's. We went to the Geno's that we wanted to go to the same one we went to.
We didn't realize
and it wasn't the same one. So I'm like, you know what? No, let's go to the right one. So we got an Uber and drove over to it. So the kids
you can write on the walls.
The kids never had an Uber experience. Oh no, they did have an Uber experience once, but it was late at night.
Yeah.
And Henry didn't feel well. They had an Uber experience. It was kind of funny
that was another trip.
Because Henry goes, oh, it was stinky in there. Yeah, and it was like it was somebody maybe got in there the time before and let loose a little bit. I don't know. Anyway, so here is our kids having their first deep dish Chicago style pizza.
Oh my God, it's so good. It is like a casserole. It is not like a pizza. And it comes in the cast irons. And then you can see the cast iron next to Alice. But it was cheese pull. And then we went and we tried to find like what the biggest cheese pull was. And they did a cheese pull with a helicopter once. But God, what a waste of money.
Yeah. Right.
I just wanted to see biggest cheese pull. And then we were so bummed. We tried to make it back to the Starbucks Reserve. We went in and it is just always slammed.
Yeah, it's
nuts.
Yeah, it's nuts. And it's like an hour or so to wait.
And you're trying to find a table, but it's a great place to go to the bathroom. Great place. Downstairs is not as slammed. We got to go on the circular escalator, which was cool, but it is just always slammed.
Now, this I'm going to show you because
on our way home,
I want you to understand. So July 4th, we did a few things. We were like, okay, time to go home. We're going to head home. And I think it was, I can actually look here to see info. No, maybe not. It's too hard to pull up there. Anyway, what time did we leave? It was later.
It was like 9 o'clock at night. It was late. I mean, we left when the sun goes down, and in the summer, we know that the days are much longer.
So we're rolling into town. We're rolling out of town, and we were
bummed about fireworks too.
We were gonna do the pier, but we decided to stay at home. And this is me talking, of course. And I don't know if you're gonna be able to see here, but we literally probably saw 40 different fireworks displays as we're going down the roadway off to the side of us, and the kids were able to watch. We're in the Jeep that we did. Off to the sides the entire time we're driving the whole hour home.
Yeah,
it was just firework after firework after firework after firework.
Yeah, and so one of them actually was completely over the freeway and on top of us to where we're like, oh my gosh. So it was pretty neat. We had fireworks welcoming them, like celebrating our departure.
Right.
But it was pretty neat. So and there were some killer, and I'm like, I wish I would have known where they are. Next year, we already have our
there was this one here that's nuts. Right here. It looked like a finale, but then it just kept going and going and going and going and going, and literally all the way that like we would pass it. And there was one lake that was out way on the side that we watched, and it looked like it was in our view for a good 15 minutes, and it looked nonstop. Yeah. In fact, it got so much at one point, there was too much stuff in the air to be able to see the fireworks behind it. So they had to like slow down a little bit to get the fireworks going. It was too much smoke.
Yeah. It's
so pretty crazy cool.
Yeah. For the whole hour
awesome. Home. It was awesome. So that was July 4th. Okay. Woo-hoo. July 5th, we just hung out. We took the day off, and we just hung out at the RV park.
Yeah, we showed swimming. That the flies didn't work.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm not gonna show that. Swimming, and we did you didn't do laundry again then.
No.
One of the kids, Alice and Henry, Alice did tie-dye, and they made some friends, and they're on bicycles, and they're just running around. So we got to talk to some people, hang out. I read actually a book. So it was cool.
Yeah, I had a nice old-fashioned cooked, nice dinner.
Yeah.
It was nice just to hang out. We brought the bikes, which is so smart. The kids and the bikes, man.
Yeah.
They found a little tunnel, and they went through the tunnel. Here.
But they got to. Now this is the beginning of me fighting with tires on Alice's bike, and it turned out she had a stem or something that was messed up. So this is their bikes sitting there that I had to finally fixed when we got to Iowa. So, but because it kept running flat, and I had to keep refilling it. It kept running flat, had to refill it.
But great bikes. They're
Guardian bikes. Yeah. These are really cool. We spent a little bit of money on them, but they've got the braking system that works really cool. That we can talk about sometime.
The use of the bikes with the kids was amazing. I mean, they left us alone. That's the best part about camping. I'm like,
did I mention I got to read a book? It was crazy. Well, most of a book, yeah. So
yeah.
So we're hanging out there. July. So that's July 5th. July 6th,
which was a Sunday.
What did we do? That's what I'm trying to figure out here, dates, because if they don't show info on these. So July 4th, we went in, and that was coming home. July 6th,
we just did.
No, we went to the Lincoln Park Zoo. Yeah,
where we represent today.
Yes.
Save the chubby unicorns.
And this is not Lincoln Park Zoo, but that's her. Yeah,
that's me. Oh yeah, you're the Field Museum. That's right. She liked the zoo, or what's her name, Sue. That's it.
So the Lincoln Park Zoo is just got so
amazing.
Now this is the funny thing too. So we drive into there, we're trying to figure out where to park I was looking at the one parking area. I'm like, let's try to see if their actual parking works. So we drove into their actual parking, and it's like a line of things, and then they got a whole bunch of area off to the left. So I drive up, and I'm like, well, let's just try here. So I pull in and I park in this spot, and not handicapped or anything.
No,
It
was a legit spot.
We got out and let's go see how far we have to walk. Oh, there's the
Boom.
entrance. Like we were at the entrance. I'm like,
amazing.
well, that couldn't work out any better.
And the Lincoln Park Zoo is a full day like experience. It is amazing. And it's, how much does it cost?
Oh, the zoo entry price is free.
It's incredible. So Chicago has a park district, and that funding goes in. And kudos to you, Chicago, for really creating an environment where families can just
what I'm going to do here
to do great things.
Is I'm just going to share.
Parking's expensive, but I don't think that's a Chicago thing. I think it's the people that own the parking structures.
We're just going to run through. This is just run through a bunch of the photos here. That's them with the lions. There's it's slideshow time, folks. That's what you get. Vacation slow time. So there's of course the gorilla. Yeah.
There's our Camp H54 shirts that we're gonna have for sale if you ever want.
We will have them for sale.
We're gonna
gorilla
have a
hanging out.
Thing. Yeah, the gorillas. They have every monkey, not just one or a couple. They have every monkey. And sorry, I'm a mom, so I'm constantly snapping pictures.
And it's July 7th, so Henry's 7, and every 7-year-old boy.
I thought this was the 6th.
No, this is the 7th.
Oh, he's 7th. Okay, I get it. I get it. Yeah.
This is the 7th. Yeah.
No, his birthday's the 7th.
Oh, this is the 6th. Sorry, yes.
You said
it's the 6th, so he's 7. So, anyways, there's the gorilla butt. And he thought that was funny. So, and there's anyways, a whole bunch of this stuff. That's us hanging out by the zoo.
Yeah. So grateful for somebody to help with the picture taking.
I'm gonna escape from this guy. I think. Okay, let's see if I can zip down. Anything cool that you want to show off?
Oh, the little muskrat was cool right there. I don't know if you can zoom into the guy in the back. He's probably blurry.
It's not a muskrat. It's a
what is it? It's a Timon and Pumbaa. It's Timon.
Anyways, there he is.
Yeah, but he was actually. We have a picture of him smiling, and looking at the kids. That's the one. If you, I know you can't zoom into that, but it is hilarious. His little cute face. He's just sitting there.
And there's another one right there.
They were so sweet. There's animals on this, like everywhere you look, there's animals. And of course, lions. And then that was beautiful when we were leaving, the really nice picture there. And the kids actually,
they got to adopt an animal. She's got in her hand an African dog. And they actually got to adopt. So instead of just buying a stuffy, this I liked better. So instead of just buying a stuffy,
which we have so many
anyways, they got to adopt an animal, and then it helps feed that animal, or that animal. Anyways, but they actually give them the name. They get a picture of the animal. It's up on the RV in the on the refrigerator. Mm-hmm. They get a picture of the animal that they actually help to support, and but then they get the stuffy as well. So, and it was $60. So that wasn't bad.
No, not at all. And you see so many animals. I mean, they have snow tigers. They had a red panda. They had zebras.
At the end of the day, we went to the Navy Pier. And I took the kids through a little escape room 3D maze with mirrors inside. Allie did not go.
No, it was expensive. It was $16 a person.
Yeah.
I was like, and then we were going to try to send the kids in by themselves. Don't do that.
No, that would not have worked. We'd have never got our kids back because they'd have been in there freaked out in the mirrors for an hour and a half. So
yeah. And then we went to a restaurant along the Navy Pier, which was good.
Yeah, it was okay.
It was okay. It was just it was different food, so it was very hard to order for the kids. Usually I know what to get. It was Cuban food, and we don't have that in our rural area as much. So it's obviously delicious, but with kids it's harder.
And I had to go back and forth to the Jeep in the parking garage, I think 3 times. Because somebody wanted a jacket, and then I left the ticket there, and then
it was quick too. Very happy about that. Yeah. So then, so it was good stuff.
Went home.
Yeah, passed out. Got up the next day. And
got up the next day.
Henry John's birthday.
And it was Henry John's birthday, so we had to get up early.
Yes.
And go to town for a
donut
tour that we were supposed to meet at the beginning of the donut tour at 9 a.m.
We were there.
At 8:57, we got there, and
parking, and then
I went into parking garage and didn't get a ticket, so that was an experience. So, but anyways, we got there, and at 9:08, we're like, okay, what's going on? And 9:10 still, so I walk in and I go, hey, what's going on? They're like, oh, let me call them. And then they call me and they're like, oh, well, your start time's at 10. And I'm like going, not according to everything you've sent me, including updates every single day, like for the last 2 days. Don't forget your things at this time. You're going to be charged. They charged us. They did all this. And they're like, well, where did you get that? I'm like, I don't know, on your website, on your notices. So I started sending it all back to them. Long story short,
they reimbursed us.
We got free donuts that morning at the one place.
Yeah,
and
a
coffee.
cold brew.
And they reimbursed us.
Yeah,
so
which was really
cool. We didn't do
cool.
the coffee tour because she's like, well, you don't have anything else planned? I said, it's my kid's birthday. So, well, did you plan anything else? I said, yeah, we planned out the whole day.
That was our busiest day in Chicago.
And we had this one booked out. We had to be here at this time, and because we had everything's entry ticket now since COVID, and you got to be there. And I kind of like it because the crowds are at least a crowd, and you're not over inundated with everybody. So the 7th, we decided we were going to go to the
Industrial,
the museum, and the museum name is Griffin.
I think so.
Yeah, Griffin Science Museum. This was not my favorite museum. It was cool. It was okay. They had a Spider-Man thing. We're going to show you the Spider-Man thing real quick. Henry obviously loved the Spider-Man thing. That was his. He was all about that. So that was good.
And that was cool to see, like,
and I'm going to zip through these. We'll put some of these other photos up later, but
yeah. And sorry, again, it's like, smile. If you're a mom, got
the kids
and
doing the things. And if I had curated these ahead of time, that'd have been good. But
yeah.
But it was a cool Spider-Man thing. It had the actual Spider-Man suits from the movies, which was cool. It had some of the props and the accessories.
Oh, yeah.
And,
that was a neat thing to see. And
they loved that. They loved the cartoon. It had the story about things. It had all the alternative Spider-Mans, the Spider-Girls, the Spider-Woman, and all that stuff.
Yeah, and it had some really interesting information about MJ and then Gwen.
And they tried to tie some of the science back into it, even though it's not really,
Well, and I didn't get it, like, because Gwen is the one in one of the Spider universes that ends up, he can't save her in time.
Right.
That's the one with Adrian's favorite Spider-Man.
Yeah,
guy. Yeah. Anyway, and it's really sad. But then the cartoon actually brings Gwen in that universe. She doesn't, and she becomes a Spider Girl, and so it was just neat to like see all that stuff come together.
Keep opening the side window. It's driving me nuts.
And
okay.
And so we had
let's just do that.
We just had a lot of fun. There's a lot. Sorry, so many things. So they learned how to draw. Yeah, we'll go down. Oh, you want to get this guy because
that's a good one. Henry's a little card. Yes,
yeah,
he is.
Yeah. So, and the kids got to draw, and that was good. And then we, you go in there, and it is neat. There was a couple things we saw. That was really cool, Chicago. And you could go around, and you push buttons, and you can see the train go or the bridge open up. There's this one. Was that one that was? We waited for this to happen. If that's the video, that is the video. And we were so excited because we sat there and we're like, come on, boom.
It's jittery.
Yeah, it's jittery, but yes. And
so live streaming.
It was really neat to see the kids were in, we have wind tunnels, we have the tornadoes. They got to sit in the middle of that, and people could, figure out how big and low. So it was very like STEM, which was really cool to do with the kids. There's the wind tunnel.
And that's
unfortunately, and there's a picture of us, just.
You just want to show us, huh? Okay,
there we are.
There we are.
See, I'm the female and he's the male right there. We did that on purpose. See? There was cool things to see. They had this one thing that
interactive displays for the kids.
Yeah, and they had this one thing that I love. So I really like vintage. I love like old school stuff, and they had this old school theater, and they were showing Charlie Chaplin and silent movies, and I got sitting. It was by the restroom, and
she disappeared.
I wanted to stay there all day.
Alice goes, "Where's mom? Is she okay?" Yeah, I was almost ready to text her, and then she comes walking out all relaxed. I'm like, I don't know what just happened.
You walk down this cobble road, and it has all the stores left with all the. It was just like,
and it was a closed display, by the way.
It was closed, and I didn't care, and I was just in there, and I love the vintage stuff like that. But anyway. When the airplane did all that stuff, kids took pictures.
And then they had a U-boat. They had a U-boat,
yes.
An actual German U-boat,
more about that
thing, which was really kind of cool. And
some kids were hogging the stuff, and we had to wait.
They had kids hogging stuff. The other thing that was kind of a bummer to me was I could tell that school season. This is before school season. This is summer. So it had gone through a full year of kids visiting the museum, and things were kind of broke.
Yeah,
so I
that's true.
think they were going to get ready to fix things and then probably get ready for the next school season. So this is the U-boat here.
It cost, I think it cost money to go on that one.
And it cost extra money. It didn't cost money to go around it, but to get the tour inside of it, you had to spend extra. So that was a lot of different things.
But they had a cool display where you could actually drive one of the U-boats.
Yes.
That was cool. Rob actually really liked that one too. Just like the kids.
It was cool.
So it was neat. It was definitely worth it. It just wasn't like the highlight of it. Now this actually, we went to what's this place called?
Well, we went to Willis Tower.
Yeah, it's the one.
So that was the final thing we tacked in. I was like, you know what? We can get Willis Tower done. Well, let's go. So we went to Willis Tower.
You need to tell
we
me
bought
Chicago,
City Pass.
City Pass.
So City Pass, when you go to any city, is actually a good deal. They usually package a bunch of different things. Plus, when you go to the museums and stuff like that, they'll actually give you benefits if you have City Pass as well. So you get discounts off of stuff that you buy there, which we bought lots of stuff.
Oh my God!
Or you get
much.
Food discounts are always good and things like that. So if you get City Pass, make sure when you go anywhere and you get in with the City Pass and they ask you, "Oh, are you a museum member?" Yeah, no, but I'm City Pass. And sometimes it's like, "Oh yeah, that gets something." So
well, and with the City Pass, there were some things we could go whenever, and there was 2 things that we had to schedule times.
Yeah,
and it was Willis Tower was one of those, right?
Willis Tower was one of them, and Field Museum was Field Museum was not. It was the science Griffin. Yeah,
yeah, it was this. Yeah,
so, Griffin. This one. Yeah. So we left things open, and we could go on other ones.
Yeah.
We did do the Spider-Man thing at Griffin too, so we'd had to buy the Spider-Man on top of the City Pass, but that was
well, and then there was other things at Griffin, like you didn't have to buy, but you had to like make an appointment to get in certain times, and it was just like
but the City Pass does include things that are special sometimes, like at Field Museum. We'll talk the next day. But anyways, we go to Willis Tower, and Willis Tower is obviously used to be one of the tallest buildings in the world. And I'm not sure if it's the first or second tallest anymore in Chicago. I think Trump Tower beat it in Chicago because they put up a spire, but it's the tallest observation deck. You can't beat it.
And it's 360.
And
it's all the way around.
You walk all the way around. And then they have a cool thing called the Ledge, which is a glass box that sits outside of the tower.
Yeah.
That you walk out into. And Allie did well. She walked out into it.
I didn't stay in it. I didn't jump up and down in it.
My little girl.
Oh God, Alice is just like her father.
She's super cool and happy with this, and
she loved it. Henry wouldn't get out there.
Henry wouldn't get out there, but he did.
Terrified.
He did eventually get out there as we walked him out. We'll show you that.
But you're standing.
We're standing on glass above the tower.
Well, it's not. It's plexiglass, right?
It's glass. No, it's actually reinforced glass. Yeah.
Well, that's terrifying.
Yeah, and there she is in the corner, all smiles.
Yeah, and she does a jump, and it's terrifying.
I'll get there.
Yeah, someday.
I was gonna take a few of those because that's looking down.
That's Henry's little hand because he's just like peeking over, and that's her.
That's her in the air.
There she goes.
Definitely in the air.
And that's me standing back.
And then here's Alice helping Henry, her brother, out onto.
And then he was okay.
And then he was okay once he got out there. He realized, oh, I'm not going to follow. It doesn't shake. And he did.
And we really appreciate the people behind us actually helping. Like our time was up, and and stuff. But the view was amazing. It was really cool.
And that's there's your view.
See everything. And we got them binoculars out there, so they were able to go next to the glass and see all the things, and that was kind of cool. So
it was a pretty good day. It was a great. It wasn't.
Yeah, it was a little overcast, but it wasn't bad.
A little overcast, not too bad.
So yeah, and then we weren't done because actually we did this like last minute because we were trying to figure out. Well, this was the day that we left in the wrong lane, right? No, that was a different lane.
No. This was the next day that we did when we left the Field Museum. Anyways, so. We left, and as we're standing in Willis Tower, Allison says to me, do you think we could do like a Top Golf thing for Henry? And I'm like, well, yeah, because he would really love that. We didn't do the donut thing, so we had spent money we were planning on spending anyways. And I'm like, yeah, let me see. So all the things in Chicago are like these Top Golf suites where you go into a suite, you have your drinks and stuff, and you golf on a screen. I'm like, that's not cool. So let me look on the way home, and right halfway between where we were staying and Chicago, Schaumburg, I think is what it's called.
Yes. Damn, you're good.
They had a Top Golf. So we went to Top Golf.
Yes.
And it was, and oh, by the way, on the way there, we saw Ghostbusters. So yeah,
Who are you gonna call?
We're gonna call, yeah. Anyways, the Ghostbusters. Not exactly the Ghostbusters you might think of. Anyways, yeah. But the kids thought that was cute. Anyways,
yeah, I took
so we saw that, and
sorry, I'm
then
the picture taker.
we golfed.
Yes, and and the kids.
And little Henry loves the smacking the ball.
Oh, he loves golfing. He had so much fun, and he wants to do it. And so we'll take him. We'll get him some lessons and go from there. But it was great. They were really the food's good there.
And he got to play Sonic. He was happy about that.
That was a happy birthday.
Yeah, no, it was a happy birthday. But there was I don't know if you could see.
That was a picture of me kicking everyone's ass.
There's Allie kicking everybody's butt.
Just saying.
That's right. And actually, Alice won once or twice. And
it was just a lot of fun, and I was bummed because they gave us down on the bottom. I didn't think the kids were going to be able to do it, but they did just fine.
They did fine at the bottom.
And that was the first time they've ever experienced that. They talk about it all the time. Actually, it was like the win of Chicago too. So, all right, so went back, and we
went to bed.
And then got up
the next morning, and I think we went a little bit later. We didn't go super early.
No, we did go a little bit
down
later.
There and went to the Field Museum. Now, Field Museum is my favorite. That's why I'm wearing the shirt I'm wearing.
I like Lincoln Park.
And I just want to make a comment about the gift shops. You'd think they would keep like the most popular thing in stock at gift shops. It's amazing to me. They're always like, or they'll try goofy things. It's like Sue. You should have a big thing that says Sue the dinosaur after the Sue the dinosaur display that you just went through that you sell like nonstop, and magnets and stickers. Just a thought. You'd sell the crap out of them. But anyways, they don't have that.
No, he asked twice now since we've been.
Yeah.
They're like, oh,
do
you
you
should
have
get stickers.
You should get stickers. Oh yeah, we should do that. No, you don't. I'm just gonna make my own, and that's us
do that.
Hanging out in front of the Field Museum, and they had Reptiles Alive, which was a new display. One of the displays, which was climate change, I think it was, or something like that, they didn't have, which had this cool little interactive sand thing.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, we used to have that in Wildland
time.
Too, where you could do the topography and show how the
kids did get to see. I'm trying to come over here. Woo. The kids did get to see the reptiles one, which was actually kind of cool.
Yeah, this little cute guy.
This little guy was hanging out on the wall, the glass wall.
I don't know which. I think he's upside down, or is he right side up?
That's his head right there.
Okay, so he is upside down. That's his tail.
There.
Don't know what he is.
Yeah.
But it was really cool. The Field Museum, they also have that's where they have all the stuffed taxidermy that's over 150 years old taxidermy.
All the way back to 150 years old up to
extinct
now.
Stuff too. Back in the day, and yeah, which was amazing. And
Alice had learned about the lions of Tanzania, and she got to see them.
Really good with remembering all that stuff, like the names.
So those are the man-eating lions.
Those are them,
and they've had those there for like forever.
Mm-hmm.
And then we they had this cool little display that was they shrink you down, and you get into the size of an ant, and the kids got to do fun little things there.
Yeah,
so
they're molting.
A lot of this, I didn't take a lot of pictures. It's kind of funny you might pick on me for that, but I wanted to experience the things with the kids, but I also did want to show off some things. And here's that. That's not a pteranodon, but I forget what it's called.
It's massive.
That would have been actual size. Yeah, glad we didn't live back with those things. They would have eaten us, and we wouldn't exist.
Hands down, nuts.
Yeah, so moving into here, a bunch of different things. We went into a display. It was funny. They had a Native American display, and they were talking about the originations of America, or our continent area, things like that. And we ran a display that was like, oh, this one's been removed. Shortly after the exhibition opened, we found out that the guy lied. He wasn't actually of descent, so the display that was in there was empty.
That was unfortunate, though. People.
Yeah.
Just it happened to quite.
Yeah, and there was more than one that was like that. So finally, the big moment in the trip that we've been talking about. What's that?
Great picture.
This is the one. Well, I'll show that in a minute.
Okay.
But was Sue.
Yeah, okay, that's such a good picture of them too.
Kids got to see Sue. So, which was that's the largest complete T-Rex fossil ever found, and very cool.
By Sue.
By a woman named Sue. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
it looks kind of birdy.
And then it definitely looks like a bird. It's not in the room, and they actually
and it's big.
They fixed it to make this head look more like it would look like when it wasn't hurt, because its skull was crushed in slightly in the other side.
Well, and it was neat because the kids were watching. They're like, "Oh, that's where that was a bone heel where it was bruised here or whatever," and you could. It was just really cool what they did. And so that was the day that we learned why there's the lane.
Well, we went into the wrong lane. Well, no, actually, we went into the wrong lane. We got stuck into another lane. It wouldn't really matter because the other lane we did finally get into the express lane out.
Late, like it was an hour, and we watched the time go up and up and up.
We were stuck in traffic. I'm not even kidding. It took us, what has taken us 10 minutes every other day was 40 minutes. And I finally said to her, can you just find a restaurant? We'll go eat, spend some time there, and then get home.
Yeah.
Back to where we're staying. So that's exactly what happened. And this was on the 8th, right? Yeah, the 8th. Because the 7th was the day before we started.
And this was a great restaurant that we found.
And we went to this really cool restaurant. It was hot pot and hot pot and what in Korean beef. Yeah.
Yeah, hot barbecue something.
Barbecue beef, yeah. And
the kids loved it.
We ordered way too much food.
We didn't understand. We could have gotten one pot and kind of
we could have gone hot pot or Korean beef, but we went both. And it doesn't matter. The kids loved it. See how much weight I gained right now?
Whatever, it's a bad angle.
I gained like 16 pounds eating there.
It's a bad angle. So see, that's a better angle. Bad angle for me, better for you.
Yeah, well, whatever. There's never any good angles for you. So that was it for visiting in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
The next day we hung out at the RV park, the full day there, did laundry.
Finally got some friends.
Allie cooked. Yeah, the kids found some friends we're biking around with. Allie cooked like 8 meals, I think. So everything was left. She cooked and prepped, so she can just reheat it. And she made some apple pies, which were really yummy on the way home.
Yeah, and so we wanted to add breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That was just easy to do while we traveled home, so we didn't have to stop at a lot of places because I shortened the trip. We extended the trip in the beginning, and I had to shorten the trip on the way back.
No, we got to get back. And I'm like, okay. So we were going to leave this on the 10th anyways. So
yeah, but it was going to take us a lot.
It was going to take us 5 days versus 4. So
we did it in 4. And we talk more about that in our podcast.
Listen to the podcast for that. That really do that. I got to say that, that was when I tore down all the camp, cleaned everything up, put everything away. I had to do a repair on the basement that sits in the back because it had too much weight in it. So it was actually pushing down the thing. So I had to redo the support rail on it. And I reconfigured that for the next set of trips. But I'm going to be starting soon some reviews and just you call them gazmos and gadgets.
I said Rob has gadgets and gizmos aplenty. He has who's its and what's its galore. You want thingamabob? Rob's got 20 or more.
Did she like the Little Mermaid or what? Yeah. Anyway.
Drives me nuts with all the things. But this guy he does his research, and there was a couple things in this trip that he pulled out of his Mary Poppins bag, and I was like, damn, this thing is amazing. And I was like, that's so simple, and we used it a lot. There was a couple things that we used a lot. There were some things that didn't work, like the fly thing, but
Fuzzy Fly, thank you Kickstarter. I don't know if it kind of worked and just all of the flies didn't go away from it because we didn't have a lot of bug issues.
I don't think there was a lot of bug issues.
Avon Skin So Soft, and we used the little buggy fly thing, and
yeah, but we so anyway, like I said, he knows his stuff. It's been from any kind of industry we've ever been in. Rob has the highest quality of things for the best price, and they work and they last. And he has done some what are they called, reviews on other industry stuff in the day. And
so I'm going to go through some of the stuff that we have and we use, and a lot of other people use it as well. Some of the modifications I made to the RV, like I just recently got a third ladder rung to be able to have the ladder in one position or another position. Because I moved it to use it in one position whenever the slide's out and the bed's out. But then you couldn't, whenever it was closed up, you couldn't use the ladder to get back up in there. So now I just ordered another. But that's an easy thing.
We're going to drive this probably motorhome into the ground, but whoever gets it after us is going to have a really nice motorhome that has a lot of modifications. We've added so many things to this.
Biggest change we just recently made was, I don't know if you noticed in the other videos, there used to be a TV that came all the way out to here, 40-inch TV that we didn't use. So I replaced it with the new Echo Show 21 that's right here. It's actually an Alexa. So it will show things up there, but it'll also work as a Fire TV.
Yeah, and
I don't need an external thing, and speaker's good enough. They use the Echo, they used the Alexa multiple times during the trip for music. So I'm like, well, let's have a better speaker on this and do it that way.
And when I use it to try to figure out how to, because we have a
she can
microwave.
pull up YouTube things on here. Just ask.
But we have a microwave that does both convection and stuff, and so I use this a lot. Going, how the hell do I use this? What the hell do I do? So, yeah, I'm kind of spoiled. I've always been spoiled by Rob's gadgets and gizmos aplenty. Yeah, and I think that a lot of people out there might be able to benefit from some of the research he does and us putting it in and trying the things. And so, yeah, our motorhome is pretty badass, and it continues to move in that direction. I think that we've probably upgraded it by 30% since we bought it. And it was actually really nice in the beginning.
Yes. And really nice.
Yeah. So we've added some things that just make it better and more efficient, and we'll share that information with you later.
So thanks for hanging out with us for about an hour.
Yeah,
we
if you
appreciate
did.
that. Hey, I'm Rob.
And I'm Allie.
And this is Camp
H54.